They told me marriage was about love, patience, and building a new family together. But nobody warned me that my biggest battle would be with my own mother-in-law. And what she said to me the night my daughter was born, it's something I will never forget. When I married Ethan, I was on top of the world. I was 26, in love, and full of hope. The day we said, "I do," I felt like I was stepping into a fairy tale. Ethan's mother hugged me at the ceremony, whispered in my ear, "Welcome to the family, sweetheart." I smiled through my tears, holding on to her words as if they were a promise. That night, I remember telling Ethan, "Your mom is so warm, I think she really likes me." He laughed and kissed my forehead. "Of course she does. You're perfect." I believed him. I believed her. But I didn't know. The woman smiling at me that day wasn't really welcoming me. She was preparing to test me. The first few months were okay, though I noticed little comments. If I cooked Ethan's favorite dish, she'd say, "Oh, Ethan always liked it the way I made it." If I wore a bright dress, she'd remark, "That color is too loud for our family dinners." I laughed it off. I told myself, she just needs time. I'll win her heart eventually. The first real blow came one night when we were at her house for dinner. I had spent all day making a dessert, Ethan's favorite cheesecake. When I proudly placed it on the table, she gave a little smirk and said in front of everyone, "Well, it looks interesting. But don't worry, Ethan's used to my baking. He'll survive yours." Everyone laughed lightly, thinking it was a joke. But I wasn't laughing. My cheeks burned and my heart sank. Ethan squeezed my hand under the table, but he said nothing. That night, I cried quietly into my pillow. When I found out I was pregnant, my heart overflowed with joy. I thought, this will bring us all closer. Who doesn't melt at the thought of a new baby? But when I told her the news, her face didn't light up. Instead, she looked me in the eye and said, "Well, I just hope the baby looks nothing like you." The room went silent. Ethan froze. I forced a smile, pretending she was joking, but her cold stare told me otherwise. That night, for the first time, I wondered if she actually hated me. One evening, a few months into my pregnancy, I went downstairs to get some water. That's when I heard her voice in the kitchen. She was talking to Ethan. Her words felt like knives. "She's not good enough for you.
She's weak.
She's not from our world. You deserve better." I froze on the staircase. Tears streamed down my face as I realized this wasn't about misunderstandings. This was her plan. She wanted me gone. When my daughter was born, I thought maybe holding her granddaughter would melt her heart. Instead, things got worse. She criticized everything: how I held the baby, how I fed her, how I dressed her. She even told Ethan, if she can't even burp the baby properly, how will she raise her? The breaking point came one night at a family dinner. In front of everyone, she shouted, "You'll never be a real mother. Not like me." The room went silent. My hands shook. My eyes filled with tears. I wanted to disappear. That night, something inside me broke, but not in the way she wanted. I realized I had two choices: keep letting her destroy me, or finally stand up for myself. The next day, I asked her to come over. My heart pounded in my chest, but I forced myself to speak. I looked her straight in the eyes and said, "You had your chance to raise your family. Now let me raise mine. If you can't respect me as Ethan's wife and as the mother of this child, then you don't belong in our home." For the first time, she went silent. Her lips trembled, and she turned away without a word. Weeks went by. She didn't visit. Ethan finally saw the damage she'd done to me, and for the first time, he fully stood by my side. Then one day, I got a letter in the mail. From her. My hands shook as I opened it. It read, "I lost my husband, and now I fear I'm losing my son too. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was cruel. But I don't know how to stop." For the first time, I saw not just a controlling woman, but a broken one. A mother afraid of being replaced. I didn't forgive her instantly. Forgiveness isn't magic. It's a process. But I did allow her to see my daughter with boundaries. At first, she was stiff, awkward. But over time, I noticed her softening. She started asking instead of ordering. She started listening instead of judging. I won't pretend everything is perfect now. It isn't. But she's learning. And I'm stronger than I've ever been. If you take anything from my story, let it be this. Family doesn't always mean love. Sometimes family can hurt you deeper than anyone else. But standing up for yourself, choosing your peace, and protecting your own little family, that's what truly matters. So, if you've ever been told you're not enough, if someone has tried to make you feel small, remember, you are enough. And sometimes, the greatest revenge is simply living in peace.